40 things I wish I knew before playing Commander. Stick around to the end, I got a free gift for you. You don't need game changers. Game changers are, yes, going to give you those explosive plays. They're going to be fun, they're going to be crazy, but you don't need them. Game changers are going to spike the power of your deck, and they are good and they can help you win games, but they're not required. One-sided board wipes are going to do so much more than any game changer will do for you. They will help you break through a plateau and help you close out the game. Don't build too much around your commander. Yes, your commander is a card in your hand you're going to have available to you at all points of the game, but if you build solely around that one card and it gets removed 2-3 times, your deck isn't doing anything. Don't let the commander be the linchpin of your deck. Monarch and the Initiative. I am the biggest shill for these cards in Casual Commander. They are going to do so much for making not only the game more fun to play with, but making you a more fun player to play with. Play more at instant speed. You're going to win more games by interacting at the last possible second, playing a creature on an opponent's end step, effectively giving it haste. They don't know it's around, it's protected because you can't board wipe it. Playing at instant speed is going to increase your win rate, again, more than playing all these fancy game changers. Mass disruption. I'm talking about ghostly prisons, propagandas, or disrupt decorums, or taunt from the ramparts. A disrupt decorum effectively says, tap all of your opponent's creatures, everybody loses 10 life, you get an extra turn. In a casual meta, these mass goad spells just destroy the table and win you the game. Multi-target removal is the meta. You're going to need to take care of multiple threats at one time without it impacting your board state. It does more than single target removal, and it lets you keep all of your spells that you've built throughout the game, unlike a board wipe. Play more cards that scale with multiplayer. Yes, Rhystic Study is a card that scales with multiplayer, but aside from that, what are some other cards? Cards like Duelist Heritage that allow for multiple instances of damage to go around the table that, if you're politicking right, does not go at you. We also have cards like Manifold Insight that allow you to get more cards based on the number of players at the table. And if you are, again, politicking right, then you should be able to get what you need 9 times out of 10. Engines are king in Commander. Draw engines, removal engines, if you can get them on one card, even the better, but if you have to set up a couple cards to be able to get this recurring engine going, that is how you are going to survive the mid-rangification of Commander. 38 lands for the first iteration of your deck that you build. 38 lands is going to make it so that you don't have to mulligan as much. Yes, we play with free mulligans, and many casual play groups play with an unlimited amount of mulligans, but I try to limit that as much as possible. 38 lands allows me to mulligan less, and it's not just 38 basics. You are filling this out with MDFCs, you're filling this out with the channel lands, you're filling this out with cards that allow you to play more spells but allow for more lands in your deck. If you are just starting out, play MTG Arena first. It's going to teach you how to play the game. It's going to show you how the stack and priorities work in a way that's visual, sitting down, learning, and playing with your friends. Instant speed is better than sorcery speed 99% of the time. It allows you to hold up your mana until the last second. It allows for opportunities for you to play other spells if the spell that you held up mana for is not needed, and it allows for amazing blowout potential that your opponents won't see coming. Pass with mana up whenever possible. It's going to keep your opponents on the back foot, they're not going to know what to expect, and if you don't have any removal in your hand, it's a great bluffing opportunity. Play more removal. Removal keeps you alive, and removal wins games by keeping you alive. So play more of it. Clones don't target. You can cast a clone, have it be on the stack. Opponents don't know what you're going to target with it, so they can't respond effectively. If there's an obvious target, sure, then they're going to destroy that in response, but the clone will still enter and become a copy of something you don't have to target until the clone enters the battlefield, which is too late to respond to it. Life is a resource. Pay life to draw cards. Pay life to make things cheaper. You can tell I'm a black player. Play more fogs. Most casual decks are going to win through combat anyways. Fogs allow you to stop them in their tracks, similar to a board wipe, but without removing anything on your board. Play more of them. Learn priority. This is going to help make your instant speed spells stronger, and you're going to learn how to stop your opponents most effectively during combat and how to stop a combo player from comboing off. Control changing effects end when a player loses a game. This is different from if a player stole a card from your graveyard or cast something of yours from exile. Those don't return to you because they're not control changing effects. Set a budget. Magic's expensive. You can buy one card this month, and you can buy the next card next month, and you can be more strategic about your card buying purchases and not buy any cards that aren't going to be useful for your deck at all. Buy singles. Packs are expensive, and you're likely not going to get what you want. Cheap synergy decks will beat expensive decks 9 times out of 10. You're going to have game changer after game changer, expensive staple after expensive staple, and if your deck does not work together with those cards, then you're not going to win games. A want versus a need. Your deck needs card draw, removal, ramp. It does not need the best in class, expensive Teferi's Protection, Rhystic Study. Play with what fits in your budget and fill out those vegetables. If you're going to invest in anything, invest in lands. Those are going to be the cards that you can move interchangeably between all of your decks, and all decks are going to need a good mana base. New cards are always going to be the most expensive after release. Wait about 2 to 4 weeks to buy the cards that you want for your decks, and in the meantime you could proxy them, sleeve them over a basic land, and test them out. Maybe they weren't worth the money in the first place. Use proxy and test cards. It's the whole try before you buy, right? If you want to buy a $30 piece of cardboard where that $30 can go to so many other things in your budget, you can just slide a fake copy of it over top, try it out. Maybe it performs, maybe it doesn't perform as well as you thought it would. So now we don't have to waste money on the $30 card. We can buy something that's $5 and we're happy and we have more money. Borrow your friends' decks more often. Now, this is probably only a good one if you are in an established play group, but if you want to play a new style of deck or you want to try something that you've never done before, then a great opportunity is to borrow the friend's deck who has already built the kind of deck that you want to play and give it a shot. See if you like it. You don't want to invest money into a deck that you might or might not like. This one also really only works if you have an established play group, but play more Tabletop Simulator. In Tabletop Simulator, you're going to be able to play more Magic for less money and learn what you like and what you don't like about certain play styles, and you can play as much Magic as you want, basically for free. The best upgrade that you can make to your deck is playing more games. You're going to get much more experience, you're going to learn how your deck works, and you're not going to be relying on different game changers to boost the power level of your deck, when a lot of this power level can be gained by just learning how the game works better. Use your opponent's names. They are not just your opponents, they're real people with real jobs, real lives that came out to play this card game that they enjoy. So treat your opponents with respect and they will respect you. Acknowledge your opponents when they win. You don't know when the last time they got a win was, so let them enjoy that a little bit. On the flip side of that, don't share how you almost won. Let it be their moment. You'll have your moment sometime else. Ask to borrow your friend's deck. When I mentioned this one before, it was talking in the lens of saving money, but now this is in the lens of acknowledging your opponent who spent time to build a deck, and now they get to feel acknowledged by having someone see what they built and playing it. It's a good way to make friends. Bluffs versus lies. Bluffs are a part of the game. It's kind of like poker. You're not lying to any of your opponents, but you're not giving them the whole truth either, versus a lie is going to live rent-free in your opponent's heads. You're never going to be able to make deals again because you'll be known as someone who doesn't keep their word. You can bluff, but don't lie. Don't be the highest threat at the table. If you want to survive in the meta of Commander that we live in with mid-range value piles, the first person to pop off is going to be the scariest, and everybody's going to use all of their removal targeting the strongest person at the table. Keep your threat level low, be the second most powerful person at the table. On the topic of removal, show some restraint with it. It might be a problem, but if it isn't your problem, then is it really a problem? Maybe in the future, but not now. Let it live until it is a problem for you. Threat of activation is probably one of the most powerful things in Magic, where it creates a sense of decision paralysis of what you could do. So it's basically an instant speed removal threat, but visibly on the board. That's going to make your opponents pause and assess the situation, which makes you less likely to be the target of an attack. Point out combo pieces when they arise, not only for you, but for the other players at the table, so they know what they need to watch out for. I've been playing Magic for 10 years, and there are so many cards that combo with so many other cards that it's impossible to memorize them all. So for the sake of helping your partners at the table, let them know when there's a potential win con and how to interact with it. For my last tip, if you look your best, you're going to feel your best and you're going to act your best. So the best way that I recommend this is go to the gym. Start working out 2 to 3 times a week and eating a little healthier. You're going to look your best, feel your best, and act your best for your pod when you go out and play Commander. Down in the description, I have a free program for you to get started. It's a very basic resistance and weight loss program that you can follow and see immediate results for your next game night. Let me know what you thought of the video and let me know if there's anything that I missed or there needs more clarification on. I'll see you in the next one.